shadows play, where the Reaper horde steps in the fray. Kang's the name, I run this game. Laughs and truth, they're one and the same. Red pills will flow like rivers tonight. Comedy cut sharp while we ignite. Games and beats, the room will shake. You came for the truth, now stay wide awake.
Yes, indeed, everybody, stay wide awake. I is M&B Kang, bear the toe of the house, red pill, first of my name. Welcome into the Reaper Den. Welcome to the Reaper Horde. Thank you, AP, my brother Aaron. One Aaron to another. Thank you, brother, for rating the show today. We got so much to get into for you guys. As Aaron had mentioned, yeah, new details are coming out. New deets. Oh, so many deets. About the Minnesota assassin and his ties directly to Tim Walz, by the way. And the Texas governor, yes, he does sign a bill requiring 10 Commandments to be displayed in schools. I think it should also be displayed, in my opinion, out in front of the courthouses. Look, you told us to take the 10 Commandments out in front of the courthouses because separation of church and state. Fine. I think we should replace it with a gallows instead. A wannabe mass church shooter gets smoked in a 2A feel-good story. This and a whole lot more right here on the Red Pill Fight Club.
Lord Kang rides in, the mic in my hand. Truth is our weapon, we make a stand. Leave your mask, bring your soul. This is the place where you lose control.
Kaboom, boom, bam, bam, and Kaskingau, everybody. I am here again. Yes, and Jude. Oh, yes, it is so true. Enjoy my new Max Headroom featurettes in my, look at that cool movement on my cameras, everybody. Thank you all for being here. I like to do it creative style. Those of you that have been sending me messages of healing and well wishes, I appreciate that. I did have that eye surgery recently, and so the low light settings here in the studio with the cool royal purple vibes, I think I'm gonna kind of keep it because I like it. So many good people to see here. Of course, AP Unfiltered, Aaron, my brother, good to see you. Thank you for coming in. Thank you for rating. Astro in the house. We got some new people. Meg, good to see you. Meg B, 1, 2, 3, 4. I appreciate. Yeah, I got lots of cool emotes. Enjoy that. Ice Banking, Astro Sweat, B-Net, Little Lisa. Hope all of y'all hit that follow. Dakwa, hope y'all hit the follow. We got a lot of stuff to get into today. Yes, we do. We'll make a few notes here about stuff we're going to talk about. So if you're sensitive, you may want to turn the show off. If you've got feelings and pronouns, definitely not the place for you. But hang out anyway, because we love triggered people doing triggered things. When they don't get their way, they stomp their feet like petulant children. That's okay. That's okay. You can stomp all you want. It's like going to Kobe Bryant's hotel room. You can kick and scream all you like, but it's going to happen. It's going to happen. Too soon. First story of the day, getting right into it. Right into it. Peg McGroin, good to see you. He's like, Kang. Yes, indeed. Russ Hanneman, my brother. He's actually my identical Siamese twin, by the way. Russ and me are still conjoined. Still, we never got separated at birth. He lives in a different state. You figure out how that works. Anyhow, right into the first. Talk about connections. Me and Russ are connected. The back of the head. Actually, we're connected, conjoined at the back of the head. But apparently, the Minnesota shooter that shot 4, not 2, but 4 lawmakers, killing 2 of them, is directly connected to Tim Walz. You can't make this shit up, folks. You really, really can't. You can try, but reality is so much stranger than fiction. So the new deets, Minnesota assassin's letter has been revealed. It's pretty clear why the story disappeared. I don't know about you, but Tim Walz, this is courtesy Aaron Prager, by the way. Aaron sent this to me and he goes, oh, by the way, King, that thing we were talking about the other day, hey, look at this. I was like, thank you, bro. Thank you, bruv. I appreciate it. He goes, talk about this. I said, all right, I'll talk about this. Yeah. It was definitely on the agenda. But I don't know about you, but Tim Walz is the epitome of cucked white guy. He's the epitome of the guy that comes home, finds his wife in bed with the basketball team, and it's just like, can I wear the baby doll dress and watch from inside the closet looking through the slats? Yeah, that's the kind of guy he comes off of. With his can, the can kicking and all that other shit. That's just a little weird. It's just a little weird. but it's definitely what we expect to see from these leftoid Democrats. Yes, I'm going to say spicy stuff. I'm going to try not to cuss for at least the first, I think, YouTube 5 minutes. I try to keep it clean for the first 20, just to get past the algorithms. You know, the algorithms, And don't forget our show. We do these shows Mondays and Fridays. 9 a.m. This is the bookend show. And then Tuesdays and Thursdays, we do the 7:30 p.m. show for the evening crowd. Tuesdays, Taco Tuesday, I try to bring on guests. I talk to January 6ers on my Taco Tuesday show. I talk to people caught up in the Governor Whitmer scandal. I talk to people that are of real consequence, And so I've had Jaron, former Flat Earther, he came on. We talked to him as well. But Thursday Thunderdome, oh yeah, it's all rocking out music. Thursday Thunderdome, it's just a place for us to chill here at the Red Pill Fight Club, for you to blow off some steam, because you've been doom scrolling all week long. By the time Thursday comes, your brain is full. Your brain is just like blah, 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 full of this nonsense, and it's time for you to get it out. So thank you all very much for coming. So that's the lineup for you. Well, the lineup for Tim Walz looks like it's probably going to be arrest. It's probably going to be investigation, deep dive. Hey, Bongino, are you listening? Arrest this guy. Are you listening? I know I've been dropping on the X. I've been going to Bongino and dropping on the X some actual facts about actual people that he really should be looking into. People that have called for the mass killing of the government. And then what we got? This dude apparently is the inspiration. Apparently he's the one that gave the orders, allegedly. Details about the letter written from the Minnesota assassin, Vance Bolton. I guess that's how he is. Bolter? Bolton? Yeah, Bolter. Has been released, and it paints a much clearer picture of his state of mind and why he did what he did. Wow, it says here, as Red State reported, Bolter killed State Rep Melissa Hortman, who just voted against the Democrats. By the way, that can't possibly be a coinky-dink, right? Nah, can't possibly be a coinky-dink that she just voted against the Democrats' interests, and then she gets pew-pewed a few days later. It's just a little weird. All right, so that's a bit of an aside. But apparently, her and her husband were shot and killed. And he also shot John Hoffman and his wife as well. And the shootings took place on June 14th. This is so recent, but a lot of people have already pushed it down the memory hole. Well, it turns out after they caught the murderer, he revealed in a letter what his motivation was. That's right. He said a long, rambling letter, conspiratorial nonsense and other things like that. But according to this, he says he did it on Walz's orders. Yeah. It says here, early on, it was revealed that Bolter was appointed to the government workforce by Walz, and their actual relationship does remain unclear, but it appears the killer thought that they had a relationship. For whatever reason, he convinced himself that he needed to kill others so that Walz could run for Senate. You just can't make this crap up. He felt that he was doing it on Walz's orders. And they say, well, in other words, he's an insane person. Nothing in this letter makes logical sense. But then again, MK Ultra people get MK Ultra and don't necessarily make a lot of sense. Cocteau in the house, everybody. You'll see Cocteau over there, quartering other places like that, doing the mod job, along with Kang of Biltong. Yeah, there's some of my other people. I have a couple circle of friends on Rubble and Cocteau's in the Dear Sarge, the Dean Weir, the show. Don't forget, you're going to be checking out lots of different shows. They're in my copy pasta. Friends of the show and my affiliates link. So all of my streams have got a link. It's copy pasta, things I support, channels I support, places you should go to. So I know people don't like to do that, but do all the things now. Hit the thumbs up, hit the repost, hit the like, hit the share. Do all those free things. And if you want, become a follower, please hit the follow. I think I've earned your follow already. I will entertain you while I educate you. A spoonful of comedy helps those red pills go down because they come with a dark, dark chocolate center of really, really bitter black pills. So I have to always give it to you a little bit of comedy. I mean, that's why I wear the crown. It's the crown of knowledge. It used to be a tinfoil hat that I've crafted into a crown of knowledge. So come here and enjoy. So he goes on and says, to be clear, the writer says he doesn't think that Walz holds any responsibility. I do. When you incentivize people, when you incite violence like you did. Tim Walz's wife wrote that when the Black Lives Matter Summer of Love 2020 was happening, she rolled down her windows in her house so she could smell the burning tires. Trust me, these people are evil incarnate. Trust me, evil incarnate. And if you don't know how evil, it's like the fruits of the devil. Yes. These fruits don't fall too far from the tree in which they were spawned. And this guy's murderous rampage was spawned directly from Tim Walz and his rhetoric. Directly from the Democrats. I posted a video of like 2 minutes of Democrats calling for violence. And we're like, nah, nothing to see here. You can ignore all this. No, you can't. But it turns out that Walz obviously knew about this letter from day one. And given the fact that this guy then went out and did it, Tim Walz is in a lot of trouble, everybody. Good. I hope they take his can kicking ass right to the damn prison. FBI should have swooped in and scooped this guy up from day one. My Lord. Oh, wow. So we're going to segue out of that into a feel-good story. I know that people say, oh my God, it's guns, it's doing everything. It's guns, this. Well, we're going to get into that here in a second. Here's that the feel-good story with video. Oh, we got to make sure we get that. I got to reconnect that audio again. Chrome. There we go. Wow, y'all are being a real bear today, aren't you? Uh-huh. There we go. There we go. So in Michigan, unbelievable. That is strange. Why is it behaving that way? That is so weird. All right, we're going to get it fixed up here for you guys in a second. Got that Chrome audio. It does show that. Let's see here. Rolling through it. Internet's is working a little bit strangely. We're going to go ahead and refresh the page. And we're going to have to do it again. Chrome audio. Wannabe mass shooter. Here we go. That story where that fellow rammed a truck. It's the most bizarre thing. I can't get that audio connected. How is that possible? How is that possible? We had it all set up and ready to go. That is the most bizarre thing. Gonna keep working. I know we can't. Yeah, you didn't hear about this Michigan thing. Well, you're about to. You're absolutely about to. So. Yeah, and again, I'm going to try to click on another tab. Maybe that'll work. Maybe that will work. This happens on occasion. It's one of the stupidest things ever, but it does happen on occasion. And when it does that, so let's double check it. Go. Here we are. I'm going to reconnect. I'll be right back.